Iceland, the land of ice and fire, a photographer's paradise, a land of elves and trolls, the world's geyser capital, the land of midnight sun, the auroral outpost, a green and peaceful country. These phrases collectively emphasize the ordinary, untouched, and mystical qualities of Iceland. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we try to share all important tips for your Iceland journey, such as important facts, how to apply for visa and insurance, safety, transportation, and cost. Starting from the speciality of Iceland. Iceland's otherworldly landscapes have made it popular a destination for filmmakers. Game of Thrones, The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, Interstellar, Star Wars The Force Awakens, and many more. Iceland has produced several world-famous musicians and artists who have significantly influenced global music, like Björk, Sigur Rós of Monsters and Men, and Callio. The Icelandic sagas, written in the 13th century, are considered some of the most important medieval literature. Icelandic is the national language. English and Danish spoken widely. Icelandic is closely related to Old Norse, and many Icelanders can still read ancient Viking sagas. The country's capital, Reykjavik, is known for its musical festivals and art galleries. Reykjavik is the northmost capital in the world. Iceland is home to various wildlife, including puffins, Arctic foxes, and whales. Iceland is home to over 60% of the world's puffin population. Whale watching is a popular activity along the coast. Icelandic horses are a unique breed known for their small size, strength, and ability to perform a special gait called the tilt. Iceland is a world leader in renewable energy, with almost 100% of its electricity generated from geothermal and hydropower sources. Iceland has world's cleanest air and water. Iceland is also known for its active participation in international peacekeeping, environmentalism, and gender equality movements. Iceland is one of the few places on earth where mosquitoes are entirely absent. Many Icelanders believe in elves, with folklore deep-rooted in their culture and even influencing construction plans. Despite its size, Iceland is home to just 376,000 people, with nearly 60% living in Reykjavik. Moving on to visa procedures. To visit Iceland, your visa requirements will depend on your nationality and the purpose of your visit. Iceland is a part of the Schengen area, so if you are traveling for tourism or short stays, you will need a Schengen visa, unless you come from a country that has a visa-free agreement with Schengen zone. They are citizens of European Union, European Economic Area countries can enter Iceland without a visa for an unlimited time. Citizens of visa-exempt countries such as the USA, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, South Korea, and UAE can visit Iceland for up to 90 days within a 180 days period without a visa. Here is what you will need to apply for a Schengen visa. Fill out the Schengen visa application form. Valid passport for at least 3 months beyond your intended stay with at least 2 blank pages. 2 recent passport-sized photos. Health insurance covering a minimum of €30,000 for medical emergencies in the Schengen zone. Proof of a return flight booking or itinerary. Accommodation proof. Bank statements or proof that you have sufficient funds for your stay. Proof of employment, invitation letter, or travel itinerary. You can apply at the Icelandic embassy or the consulate handling visa applications for Iceland in your country. If Iceland doesn't have representation in your country, you may need to apply at an embassy or consulate of another Schengen country acting on Iceland's behalf. The processing time for a Schengen visa can take anywhere from 15 to 30 days, so apply well in advance. Moving on to insurance. Travel insurance is strongly recommended for anyone visiting Iceland due to the country's remote landscapes and high healthcare costs. Citizens of European Economic Area countries must bring their European health insurance card, otherwise they will be charged in full. Iceland specifically requires proof of health or travel insurance with a minimum coverage of €30,000 for Schengen VISA applicants. Iceland requires travel insurance when you rent and drive a car. Car insurance is not automatically covered under the travel insurance. Additionally, having a proper car rental insurance is essential to ensure you are covered for collision damage waiver, theft protection, protection against damage from sand and ash storms, personal accident and liability coverage, roadside assistance. Speaking of safety, with an almost non-existent crime rate and no issues with drugs or homelessness, Iceland is one of the safest countries in Europe. While you won't likely face any man-made dangers, threats from nature, road safety, and unpredictable weather are more common. Solo female travelers should generally feel safe here. However, be sure to follow standard safety precautions. How do we reach? Well, you can travel to Iceland by air or sea. Iceland's primary international gateway is Keflavik International Airport, located just about 50 kilometers from Reykjavik. Bus services are operated between Reykjavik and Keflavik International Airport in connection with all arriving and departing flights, and seats are guaranteed. The drive between the airport and Reykjavik takes about 45 minutes. Flights are available from North America and Europe, and there are no direct routes from most Asian cities. Airlines like Icelandair allow free or low cost stopovers in Iceland for 1 to 7 days when traveling between Europe and North America. Book flights on weekdays and use apps like Skyscanner or Google Flights to find the cheapest deals. Book flights 3 to 6 months in advance typically results in the best fares and secure flights, especially during the peak seasons. Iceland can be reached via ferries known as Smyril Line. Operates ferries from Denmark to Iceland via the Faroe Islands, which is suitable for those wishing to bring their own vehicles. There are several types of accommodation facilities in Iceland, such as luxury and budget hotels, guest houses, hostels, Icelandic cabins and cottages, Airbnbs, couch surf, camping, and farm stays. Use websites like booking.com or Airbnb to stay near areas of interest to minimize travel time. Iceland can be very expensive. Food, accommodation, rental cars, and gas all are pricey. We are giving some tips for those who seek budget-friendly travel. Flights and accommodation are cheaper during the shoulder and off seasons. Iceland has two off seasons: spring from late April to early June, and autumn, September to early November. During these months, crowds will be less at popular tourist spots. Some travel companies offer all-in-one budget packages that include flights and accommodations, often at low prices than booking separately. Eating in restaurants and buying fresh food can be very expensive. Use local shops like Netto, Bonus, and Kronan. They are less expensive. Remember, shops open lately and closes early at 10 p.m. Cook your own meals. Split the trip with as many people as possible. While this might be difficult for solo travelers, tap water is pure and among the cleanest in the world. Bring a reusable water bottle to save money. Although hitchhiking in Iceland is not so common during the winter months for obvious reasons, it might be a great idea to hitchhike rather than rent your own car. Many credit cards offer complimentary car rental insurance as a part of their perks that can be help you save money and simplify the process of renting a car in Iceland. No need to rent cars or wasting money by parking vehicles in the city. Use public transport instead. Although a small car might save you money, know that some of the small roads can be uneven with potholes. Camper vans are more expensive than a regular car, but the cost of staying at campsites are much cheaper than other accommodations. Camper vans are only allowed to stay overnight in designated campsites. And one more thing, do not accept a camper van without studded tires in the winter. Reykjavik City Card provides access to museums, galleries, thermal pools, and free bus travel on the Straight to Reykjavik bus system within Reykjavik, while offering discounts on tours and activities. The card comes in different durations such as 24 hours, 48 hours, and 72 hours. Companies like Guide to Iceland offer group tours with packages that include transportation, meals, and accommodations at relatively low prices. Programs like Workaway or WWOF Iceland allow you to work for accommodation and food while immersing in Icelandic culture. Websites like meetup.com or local Facebook groups are great for connecting with locals and hosting cultural events. A Costco membership card can get some benefits like discounted fuel prices at Costco fuel stations and access to famous Costco food court. Remember, it's worth only if you are planned to buy in bulk or stay in Iceland for an extended period. Petrol station loyalty cards in Iceland are discount or reward programs provided by fuel companies. While some programs are designed for residents, tourists can often sign up for discounts on fuel. Don't forget to claim the tax refund for tourists who purchases over 6,000 krona at Keflavik airport before leaving. Join Facebook groups like Iceland Travel Trips to meet locals and travelers for shared costs on tours and car rentals. The ring road circles the entire island, about 1,332 kilometers, and most locations are accessible from this main artery with short detours on the other roads. We can cover highlands of Iceland through F roads. By renting a car, you will get full flexibility and explore at your own pace. You don't need an international driving permit if you have a valid license using Latin letters with a license number, photograph, and expiration date. You have three main choices for renting. If you are planning to see the main sites while sleeping in hostels and hotels, a regular car will do the trick. If you want to explore the rugged interior means F roads should only be driven on with a 4x4 vehicle. Don't try driving on them without one. Your final choice is a camper van or RV. These are for travelers who want to sleep in their vehicle as they travel. They are the most expensive option, but you will save money on accommodation, so it kind of balances out. Traveling with camper van using campsite often incurs additional cost for facilities and amenities. To save cost, some campsites are part of the Iceland camping card, which offers unlimited stays at over 40 campsites. Never drive off the road. Not only does off-road damage this beautiful environment, but you could face stiff fines if you caught. Once you leave the busier part of the island, around Reykjavik, gas stations become few and far between. For that reason, you will want to fill up when you can. Unless you have lots of experience with driving in winter, road conditions are less than ideal and sandstorms are frequent. Park the car properly in designated area. Parking car in cities requires fee. To protect your car from damage, here is some tips. Get sand and ash protection insurance. Avoid driving in high wind condition. Park behind natural barriers to minimize exposure to wind-driven sand and ash. Turn the car to face the wind head-on, as this minimizes the surface area affected. There is no bus service covers all part of the Iceland, but there are some bus networks and specialized services that cover most of the main regions, particularly along the Ring Road and some highland destinations. These services are typically available during the summer months when tourism at its peak. For intercity travel, special routes operated by Strato and private companies are available. Other ways of transportation includes hitchhiking, a safe and common practice, especially in rural areas. Taxis are available in major cities. Ferries are ideal for visiting Icelandic islands. And finally, bicycle rentals are available in larger cities like Reykjavik. Icelandic society is known for its unique blend of modernity, equality, and strong cultural heritage. Iceland has very welcoming and friendly approach towards tourists. Tourism is one of the major industries in the country. The country has a reputation for being safe and peaceful. Icelanders place a strong emphasis on environmental preservation and sustainability. Visitors are expected to treat nature with respect, such as avoiding off-road driving to protect the fragile ecosystem. Going without a guide saves cost. The tourist infrastructure in Iceland is well developed, with plenty of tourist information centers, guides, and services are available for visitors. If you are traveling with a travel agency package, make sure to choose a guide based on your interest. Certified guides ensure a safe experience, especially for glacier and cave exploration. Iceland's geography is incredibly unique and diverse, shaped by both volcanic activity and glacier forces. It is often described as the land of fire and ice due to the presence of both active volcanoes and massive glaciers. Iceland lies on the mid-Atlantic ridge, where the Eurasian and North American tectonic plates meet, causing significant volcanic activity and earthquakes. Iceland has around 130 volcanic mountains. Iceland is one of the few places on Earth where you can observe tectonic plate movements above sea level. It has an abundance of geothermal springs, geysers, and hot pools. Approximately 11% of Iceland's landmass is covered by glaciers. The weather in Iceland changes rapidly. For that reason, you will want to keep an eye on the forecast. Iceland have mainly two tourism seasons, winter and summer. Winter in Iceland typically begins in late October or early November and lasts throughout March. However, the most distinct winter months with colder temperatures, snow, and shorter daylight hours are December, January, and February. Winter is cold and snowy with short daylight around 4 to 6 hours, and the chances to see the incredible northern lights are high. Average temperature is between -1 degree Celsius to 4 degrees Celsius. Iceland offers snowmobiling, ice caving, glacier hiking, or even the option takes a dip in natural hot spring in the snow. Iceland has unique winter traditions such as the 13 Yule Lad or Icelandic Santa Clauses leading up to Christmas. Spring in Iceland typically starts around late March and lasts until May. In May, daylight extends to 18 to 20 hours. Average temperature ranging from 0 degrees Celsius to 10 degrees Celsius. Bird watching season begins with puffins and other migratory birds returning to Iceland in late April or May. Summer in Iceland typically begins in June and lasts throughout August. Summer brings lush and green landscapes, blooming wildflowers, and incredible wildlife, including puffins and whales. Iceland's summer known for midnight sun. It has close to 24-hour daylight in June and very long days in July and August also. The days are longer and temperatures are milder, ranging from 10 degrees to 15 degrees Celsius. The best season to experience the maximum beauty, and all major roads and remote attractions are fully accessible. Autumn in Iceland typically starts in September and lasts throughout October. It's a relatively short season but stunning in its own right due to vibrant colors, milder weather, and few tourists. Cooler temperatures, increasing darkness, and occasional snow, and average temperature is between 0 degree to 8 degrees Celsius. Iceland's weather changes rapidly. Always pack layers, waterproof clothing, thermal layers, and sturdy shoes. Warm hat, gloves, and scarf for warmth, even in summer. Keep dry t-shirts and pants for layering and comfort. You must have these accessories before travel: backpack, power adapter, portable charger, reusable water bottle, snacks and energy bars, maps or GPS, first aid kit, swimsuit, towels, crampons, sunglasses, high quality moisturizer and lip balm. There are rental options in Iceland for clothing, boots and essential accessories, reducing luggage load. They are available with rental stores, tour operators, airport rental services, and online gear rental platforms. These are some general instructions might help you visit Iceland. Check the weather forecast regularly. Be cautious on gravel roads and be aware of the weather before driving. Tourists are expected to take personal responsibility for their safety with regarding weather conditions, volcanic areas, and glacier hiking. Respect nature, which means Iceland's landscapes are fragile. Stick to marked paths and avoid walking on moss, as it takes decades to regenerate. Dress in layers. Respect hot springs etiquette. If you are visiting in winter, check the aurora forecast to maximize your chances of seeing the northern lights. Bring a reusable water bottle. Tap water in Iceland is some of the most purest in the world. Make reservations for accommodation, flights, and car rentals in advance. In summer, it's almost 24 hours of daylight, and in winter, it's mostly dark. Plan your activities accordingly. Flying drone in national parks requires you to obtain a license. The black sand beaches prone to dangerous sneaker waves. They are unpredictable, powerful waves that can appear suddenly and rush much farther up the beach than regular waves, and strong currents in the area. Do not stop on the road for photos. Use designated parking spots. Do not disturb wildlife. Respect Iceland's wildlife, including birds and sheep. It is illegal to take natural items like stones as souvenirs. Always ask for permission before crossing private land, especially on farms. Do not camp outside designated areas. Tipping is not expected in Iceland. Dispose your trash properly. Iceland has very strict laws about driving. Never use your phone while driving. Prepare for moderate to high expenses, as Iceland can be costly, particularly for food and accommodation. Official currency of Iceland is krona. Iceland is highly card friendly. Debit and credit cards, Apple Pay, Google Pay, and Samsung Pay are accepted almost everywhere. You can exchange currencies at banks, exchange houses, and ATMs. A small amount of Icelandic krona is useful for emergencies. Icelandic cuisine is rooted in the country's natural resources, with a focus on seafood, lamb, dairy products, and traditional preservation methods like drying, fermenting, and smoking. Activities in Iceland includes northern lights viewing, glacier hiking and ice climbing, exploring ice caves, whale watching and puffin spotting, snorkeling and diving, horseback riding, volcano exploration, thermal baths, adventurous activities like snowmobiling, buggy tours, hiking and kayaking, exploring Icelandic heritage, helicopter tours, seasonal events and festivals like Reykjavik Arts Festival, Icelandic Airwaves, and Christmas in Reykjavik. Finally, food tours. Iceland is rich in wildlife, offering incredible opportunities to observe unique species in their natural habitat. Summers are best for puffins, bird watching, seals, whales, and Icelandic horses. Winters are best for Arctic fox and reindeer. Here is a brief history of Iceland. Iceland was first settled by Norse Vikings and some Celtic people from the British Isles. Iceland lost independence and came under the Norwegian crown in 1262, later transitioning to Danish rule in 1380. Nationalistic sentiments grew during the 1800s. Iceland gained home rule in 1874 and further autonomy in 1918 as a sovereign state under the Danish crown. On June 17, 1944, Iceland declared itself an independent republic, ending the personal union with Denmark. It became a founding member of NATO in 1949 and joined the European Free Trade Association. Hope you have enjoyed this video. For more traveling content like this, subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you like our content and give a thumbs up to support us. If you have any queries, please let us know. Thank you for watching. Peace.